Roland Garvin.
Thank you, Chairman, and members of the committee. My name's Roland Garvin. I represent myself. I'm not a paid lobbyist for anyone. It's rather ironic. I may not look like it, but I'm a 100% disabled veteran. I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. I've had cancer due to Agent Orange. I have degenerative arthritis in my spine and all the way down to my toes. I need a kidney transplant. I'm in constant pain. I could take a ride up to Chalkstone Avenue to the VA hospital right now, and they give me some prescription from that major pharmaceutical company that's so good to us, Purdue. They would give me Oxycontin or oxycodone, which is nothing but a synthetic opioid. If I go out on the street and purchase an ounce of marijuana, and they happen to give me a little bit over that ounce of marijuana, and I get stopped, I'm charged with a crime because I'm trying to get medicine. This is a book that I have. I think it should be required reading for every one of you people that are sitting on this committee. I was a police officer for 4 years, so I saw that side of it. I worked in rehabilitation. I spent 4 years running meetings for a rehab program in Bay State Prison. So I saw what type of people came into that prison. I saw mostly people of color, black people, Hispanic people, and poor people. I didn't see too many wealthy people or people in means that were in prison for marijuana possession. I say legalize marijuana. The time has come. In fact, it's overdue. Marijuana has been studied for years. It's been reputed that in 1789, a group of men got together in Independence Hall in Pennsylvania, and there was a haze of blue smoke coming out of that room when they were deliberating, writing the Constitution for the United States of America. It's a known fact that George Washington grew marijuana, that Thomas Jefferson grew marijuana, Benjamin Franklin, all of our founding fathers had something to do with marijuana. It only became illegal 75 years ago. Why? Who knows? I don't. I remember a movie when I was in school. It was called Reefer Madness, and they claimed how bad a drug marijuana was. I can remember the first time I picked up marijuana. I said, gee, this isn't as bad as what they're telling me it is. It wasn't. But I didn't do what some of my friends did. Some of my friends said, well, marijuana isn't as bad as what they're telling me. Is heroin as bad as they're telling me? Is opium as bad as they're telling me? Is cocaine as bad as they're telling me? And they picked up these drugs, and a hell of a lot of them are dead. That's the reason why marijuana is a gateway drug. It's because of the bullshit that we were fed about how bad a drug it is. You heard from people here. The person who gave the best argument for legalization of marijuana was that police chief from Hopkinton. If marijuana was legislated, regulated, and quality and quantity were regulated and governed and taxed by the state, you wouldn't have the problems that you're having. And this argument, oh, the black market's going to increase or the black market's going to stay the same. Do you have a black market on cigarettes in this state? If you do, it's awful small, and we've got the second highest cigarettes tax in the country. You're not going to have a black market after a period of time with marijuana because the prices are going to go down, and the thugs that are involved with marijuana aren't going to be dealing marijuana. Our police officers can spend time concentrating on real crime instead of making criminals out of people that shouldn't be criminals. Do you know that if somebody gets convicted of a felony marijuana conviction, they cannot get a Pell Grant, they can't live in public housing, they can't get food stamps, they can't vote? These are just some of the things. And most of the people that it's happened to are people of color, because it's the new Jim Crow. Let's put an end to the new Jim Crow. And as far as for studying it, it's been studied to death. The other thing, the mention about divulging the names of people that are on medical marijuana, that's wrong. Even giving the lists to police departments without probable cause, that's wrong, because there are too many loose lips in a police department. I know because I've been there. And as far as if you want to stay with the situation as it is, with just medical marijuana, make it 9 compassion centers and do away with home grows. Then you wouldn't have all of these problems that the police are having with home grows. If you're going to be sincere about medical marijuana, do it that way. Otherwise, legalize it for everybody. That way I wouldn't have to go out on the street and take a chance of getting something unadulterated or not knowing what I'm getting, because I can't afford that $500 for a medical marijuana card. I can do what I do now. When the pain gets too bad, and my self-meditation and my Tylenol isn't working, I can go see a friend in marijuana that has some compassion, and it'll give me some. Thank you.
Thank you, Roland. Any questions?